Aquarius. Welcome into your end of year reading for 2022. This is a timeless reading though, so whenever you're seeing this reading, it is appropriate to you and whatever cycle is ending. While this reading is primarily targeted towards Aquarius, if this reading resonates with you either by the description of the reading, or you just happen to be in here, just feel free to go ahead and take what resonates and leave the rest. These archetype cards to explore the archetype that you have been embodying over this past year for your a karmic lesson that is completing, or that you have kind of moved through over the last year. So I'm going to get an oracle card here in just a moment, as well as clarify with the tarot. There will be an extended reading where I will go and deeper into the tarot and get a message from your soul, Aquarius, as well as some animal spirit guidance. With that being said, actually, also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you like this content, thumbs up it. Additional content that you'd like to see on the channel, please provide a comment, as well as how you found this reading to resonate in your own life. I'd be very curious to read those comments. All right, so what archetype has Aquarius been embodying over this last year? What cycle is completing for Aquarius? What cycle is ending? What karmic lesson has Aquarius moved through in this last year? Interesting. It came out in reverse, but goddess. Right, goddess. Aquarius, the goddess. I'm loving that. I haven't seen this one. I did include reversals, so this one came out in reverse. So you were working through the shadow attribute of this particular card, moving it into the light attribute, and then releasing this karmic lesson. Yeah, by embodying this, goddess energy. In the shadow, the goddess attribute is exploitation of the female nature and form. Okay, so if you are identify as the goddess or goddess energy, then you yourself have exploited that part of yourself. And if you are embodying more of the masculine energy, then you have participated in the exploitation of the female nature and form. So the exploitation of our goddesses, that is something you've moved through, Aquarius. So let me get some additional advice here, or additional information here from the book, and let's see if anything pops out. So in the shadow, it manifests in extreme self-indulgence as seen in movie stars and fashion models. Okay, so this is getting me again, the goddess is like a diva, look at me, serve me. So either you are embodying that, or you have been beholden to it in some capacity. What the advice here is to look for lifelong associations with the image and personality of a particular goddess. Could be like Venus, who embodies beauty and sexuality, Isis, motherhood, Oshun, which is an East African Yoruba goddess of pleasure, love, and beauty, and so forth. So, in what ways have you been like, worship me? if you're a goddess. And if you're a masculine, then you would have exploited that, right? Exploited that nature, or been exploited, right, by a goddess. If you're doing, yeah, if you're an Aquarius, you may, exploitation, you would have taken advantage of the female form. Yep. So that's gonna play out just a little bit different whether you're the goddess, exploitation of the female nature and form, or you're the masculine. That's interesting, or the god. Very interesting. All right, let's get some clarification. Spirit, can I get some clarification here, please, on this card? Just making sure I'm not reverse here. I'm going to look into 4 areas. One is going to be, where are you right now with this energy? Where have you grown, right? What's the area of growth? What's the message of growth? What still needs to be released? And then what's a surprise in the new year? In that new year. Spring equinox is March 20th. Coming up March 20th. 2022. But again, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're seeing this reading is when you needed to see it. The message is for you. Most interesting. So the archetype of the goddess. I feel like I've been trying to embody the goddess myself lately, but we've got the shadow, right? That shadow embodiment. This is not my reading. It's not about me. I find it an interesting. I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. All right, so you showing up. The card is the universe, the completion of this cycle. Right, this is the world card in this deck. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting too, because like right in the center of this, it looks like it's like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm using the Voyager Tarot deck to clarify. I mean, this is definitely a very masculine sculpture here in the center. That's where I was trying to kind of figure out who this was, right? Like I was thinking like Apollo or something like this, right? One of these kind of opposites to the goddess, but just kind of breaking out. So this is you balancing your goddess, your masculine and feminine energies, right? Like it's almost the same pose in both of these. And so you figured out how to bring yourself into balance, not be overly in worship me because I'm female, but you're a balance of all things, right? That's what we get in the universe. The universe is, the universal energy is yin yang. It's the two to come together. So figuring out how to bring yourself into balance, balancing out your masculine and feminine energies, finding a way to be vulnerable. That's why I was like, and if you're a man, is kind of a little bit different than if you're a woman. Either way, right? You've come into union with yourself. You've balanced out, right? This like masculine and then like the feminine, the goddess. They're all intertwined because it's how it works. The light and the dark are both there. The shadow and the light are the duality. We need the feminine and masculine for life. And so you figured that out, right? That's the space that you're in. Where have you grown the most? Courage. Yeah, courage. So it's interesting too. Courage can be facing one's fears, but I think like here, it's really about being seen, like really being seen. You know, that whole goddess diva worshiping exploiting feminine forms, like that's all hiding, that's all masks, right? We have a ton of masks on here. And the courage is not in like being the warrior, although you could see the warrior here. It's the courage here I see is taking off the mask of the diva, the mask of the goddess, the mask of the exploitation of like women are just, you know, I didn't finish that. Just like a piece of ass, right? Like I can just have them floating through. I define my, all of that is false. All of that is like false intimacy, false connection. It's superficial, it's surface, it's not deep, it's not balanced. And having the courage, right, to take those masks off, be seen, and part of that is being vulnerable. It's totally being vulnerable instead of being like, hey, like, look at me, serve me, or, serve me either way. If I'm the goddess, serve me, and if I'm exploiting the goddess, it's serve me. It's always serve me. And that is because you need to serve yourself, and you're out of balance, and you don't know how to do that. So you're trying to get everyone else to serve you. And you're learning how to bring yourself into balance, to be of service. As well as, it's a give and take, it's a balance. But really, it's about being seen. Taking those masks off is about being vulnerable. All right, so what still needs to be let go of? Of course, the goddess. All right, so you're kind of stuck on this thing. Like you've been working on this cycle, and there's more work to do. I mean, this is the first time this one's come up. So, still there's still more to be done. You've spent the last year working on this cycle. This year is ending. You're coming out of the darkness. You've learned a lot, which is to have courage and take the mask off. But there's still more work to be done. You're still kind of stuck on it. It's like you get it. You do. You've got the universe. You've got the cycle. Like I've just told you, like, it's like, yay, we've done it. And then like, yeah, you still want to go back into it. This is it. You're still stuck on it. You need to let it go. You're still stuck in there. I'll clarify in the extended. I just go like this because I'm like, I need to clarify that a little further to see why you're stuck on it. But you are. And the universe is saying, let it go. This is not balanced. This is just you by yourself. And that's cool. Serve me, serve me, serve me. You know what? And you're like alone. Alone. Alone in your own world. You see the world back there? That's you in your own world. Alone. Right? You want balance. And that requires being courageous enough to take the mask off, be seen, be vulnerable, be balanced, work with others. Not serve me. Serve me. So, all right. Hard underneath the surprise from the universe. Negativity. 5 of crystals. Negativity. Oh, it's a surprise coming in for the new year. Negativity. That's no. No. My name is no. My number is no. My sign is no. You gotta let it go. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know why, but that's what came in. I don't know if you know that song, but it's no. Negativity. This is negativity. I mean, it's like all of these different crystals I'm seeing. In fact, the one I'm wearing, black tourmaline is right up on here. This is like blocking negativity. This is no. Back up. Back up. Back up. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm like, no. And the universe is sending that into you. That's a surprise. That's your surprise for the new year is either you're going to be saying back up, or when you walk around going, serve me, someone's going to be like, no. That's good for your soul because you want to stay here. And you're there. You got this, right? You got this. You know this duality and this balance. That's the place you're in. You've had a lot of courage to get there. And yet you kind of want to stay stuck and attached to this. So don't worry. The universe has got your back. Going to help you. My name is no. My number is no. My sign is no. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and I just like that though. Sometimes I like to say no, just to say no. Whispers of Healing, Oracle to close this out. And then I'll move on to the extended after this, where I will go deeper into what's behind these cards and additional oracle advice. But all right, Whispers of Healing and Spirit, what final oracle advice? This is a deck based on healing, right? And this is what this is all about: healing work, healing our shadow selves, exploitation of the feminine form. Good for you, Aquarius, to work on this year. And what final message does Spirit have here? Sincere relationships. And that came out reversed. Mostly because I had the deck upside down. It doesn't matter. I didn't notice. I've usually checked on everyone but yours. An 11 card because it reduces from 29 to 11. Sincere relationships. Right? And that's not reversed for no accident. That's why I noticed it. Alone. You need to let it go. You need to let it go because you want sincere relationships. Not ones based off of serve me. Serve me. All right, let's see what we got here. Bring your awareness to the people you surround yourself with. Toxic associations can create stress, sadness, apprehension, and other negative emotions. It is important that you are honest about how you feel about your most significant relationships. This is not limited to romantic relationships and may include an employer, a family member, or a friend who has a lot of influence in your life. Consider whether a relationship is causing you unnecessary stress. Is your social life a source of negativity? There's a little clue into that negativity. And here's the thing. I'm just going to stop for a minute. Well, I'll finish this part. And then I'll come back there's more to be read. This is not an exercise about blame. You are simply deciding how your various relationships affect your emotional energy. Remember, this is duality. So like what you send out comes back to you. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So part of what could be going on is you are in your diva goddess serve me as reactionary and defensive to what else is going on around you, right? And so this is really a call to evaluate who are you around, who you're surrounding yourself with. Are these sincere people? Are these people bringing out the best in you? And in turn, are you bringing out the best in them? So to continue on, is there tension in a relationship? If there is tension in a relationship, try having a healthy conversation with the individual involved. Take responsibility for your role in this situation, but be clear on what it is you want as an outcome. Examine how you relate to the people who you meet. Having healthy relationships brings more health to your life. If a relationship is sincere, the communication is relaxed, there is honesty, both parties feel empowered, and your life is truthfully better with this person in it. Strong relationships are not seasonal or available only when it's convenient. When you are in ideal relationships, you can find the beauty, grace, and charm of the people you are with. The butterflies fluttering around the flowers indicate you are more than capable of making the changes needed to create loving and positive relationships. There is a situation before you that needs to be met head on. You deserve to have relationships that are loving and supportive of you. Having sincere, optimal relationships will be so much healthier for you in the long run. All right, Aquarius, my aqua signs out there. Let's continue on in the extended. If you want to do that, there will be a link in the description box on how you might do that. Otherwise, have a happy new year.